Welcome to the podcast.
I had a dream about Seamus, and I'm pretty sure he's a witch!
Is this a circular river? That's the great thing. I can masturbate in every room.
Dude, you're the man, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
You're the man, Greg, even if it's only 1G, 2G, whatever.
It's 2 G's.
2 G's, but not 2 G's together.
Yeah.
Because 2 G's together.
Gotta have consecutive G's to be the G. You know, all like a bunch of little G's form a big G, and then you're kind of like, you got the juice now, you're the top G.
Whoa. It's a whole lot of G.
So why don't you just pay like $100, change your name, and put 3 at the end?
Oh, shit. I'm going for 4.
4.
I want to have more G's in my name than letters. Is that even possible? I'm just going to be a G. That's
I don't
my
know.
name.
It's like Little Dicky's talking. When he's talking rappers, man, you can have 1 chain. Unless you're 2 chains, you can have 2 chains. You know, you can't be quadruple G. You got to be it's 3G. We got to stop somewhere.
I want to be 4G. I'm just going to be G, 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 G.
Well, if you want to get with the times, then you're going to go 5G.
Yeah, it's true. Let's go 6G. Oh, speaking of that, it's a good segment into when I was trying to cancel my internet, right? And this fucking lady at Spectrum, holy shit. I'm trying to let shit go, all right, lately. I'm trying to...
Gotta let that shit go, said
Trying
Buddha.
to be a bigger man. Like, so, first of all, anytime I gotta talk to a fucking automated person, I fucking lose my mind. Even if it's like 10 seconds, I'm just like, oh my god! Give me to a fucking person before I kill you. Like, I lose my shit. Finally get to this lady. All right, I'm like, hey, just want to let you know I don't have a ton of time. You know, I've been moving like crazy. I'm canceling my internet.
I'm sure that makes her want to like help you out right from the start. Like, hey, I don't have a lot of time for you, but
Yeah, well,
Well, let me get right on that, sir.
yeah. I wasn't like, listen, lady.
what if I delay him long enough? I could get Employee of the Month because he can't cancel
No,
today,
listen.
and he doesn't have time to call back for another week. So.
Yeah, that almost happened. Listen, I was like, you know, I don't have a lot of time. You know, I'm not trying to be rude. You know, so it wasn't like that. All right. And so she's like, oh, what do you use the internet for? And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? What does that matter?
Porn.
I'm like,
lots of porn.
I'm a terrorist. What do you think I fucking use? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I game. I do the podcast. You know, blah blah blah. You know,
what the fuck?
If she wanted to ask and like keep me on the line, she just said like, "What's the podcast called?" And are you going to eat that crust? Are you going to keep this internet? And so I'm like, yeah, you know, I use it for this. And she's like, and are you switching to somebody else? You have somebody else? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, there's already internet at the house. It's free for me. Don't worry about it. She's like, well, just because it's free doesn't mean it's better. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, I've had it before. It's fine. I'm like, I don't need a Rolls Royce. I'm like, it's okay. Like this lady is like really grinding my gears already. And then she's like, oh, who do you have for phone service? I was like, oh, funny you ask. I'm like, I used to have Spectrum. I'm like, you guys are great. But I switched over to a family plan with my parents because it was cheaper. I'm like, it was a little cheaper. It is fine. And she started going off on like all this thing, like, this is better. This is better. I'm like, listen, I don't care if it's 8G. I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm like, I don't want a phone. I'm like, I just want to cancel my internet. Please let me cancel my internet. And like this
what do you like to do in the summer months? And what's your favorite food?
Dude, almost. Like she was getting there, and like I was starting to lose my cool. Like, and I'm sitting there like in the door jam of Rick's room, and Rick's like sitting there fucking like losing his shit, like fucking, oh, here he goes. And I'm like, she's like, sir, you don't need to be rude. I'm like, listen. I'm like, I just want to cancel my internet. I'm like, I don't care about all this shit. I'm like, I don't care about the fucking phone. I'm like, I don't care about the internet. I am all set. I just want to cancel my internet.
She didn't get to be Employee of the Month by letting you go so easily.
Oh my god, dude! She almost lost me. I almost was like, what's your name? Like, I'm gonna climb up the ladders and destroy your life. I hate you. But I'm trying to let things go. Trying to be more forgiving. And yeah, oh my god, dude! Like, and that lasted for like a couple days. Like I was playing games when I was in Rochester later, and I was like, God, fucking lady. She really,
She's
yeah,
so
really.
angry.
And Lyle's like, dude, let it go. Let it go. Like, yeah,
Really?
right.
Meanwhile, she doesn't even remember this conversation.
she's like, next one down, bing. Ooh, it's a bonus for me.
And you're still so mad, and it's just hurting you, man.
Which I told Lyle, I'm like, oh man, I get some podcast material. I'm going to talk about that shit. He's like, just let it go. I was like, well, I'm at least going to talk about it on the podcast. I'm like, because, I can kind of laugh about it now, but it really pissed me off.
I got a pretty funny story from the weekend.
Well, shoot.
So, my buddy and I, we were going to go fishing in the morning. I won't even say his name. He might be embarrassed about this. We were going to go fishing Saturday morning, and our buddy Frank Luca was in town, frankluca.com.
Oh, shit, the tattoo.
He's an amazing artist.
Yeah,
He does tattoos. Book
and an
him.
amazing dude.
He lives in Florida, but he comes up here to the New England. He'll do CT. Book him either way, Florida CT. Anyways, frankluca.com. But yeah, so I'm like, I was already ready, just not do anything. But I'm like, oh, all right, he's in town. I gotta go out. So I told him, I was like, well, this might mean I'm late to fishing. And so yeah, we went out, had a great time, and surprise, I was late to fishing. But so he calls me when I'm riding up, and I ignored it because I was on the phone with this girl I've been talking to, and so I finally call him back after the phone call, and he's like, "Yo, I got a treble hook stuck in my cheek." I was he's like, "I'm in the emergency room." I'm like, what? I'm like, oh shit! I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you. I was like, and and I was just like, I felt so bad, but I'm like, actually, I started laughing about it when he told me he had a treble hook stuck in his cheek. He's in the emergency room. I laughed and I felt so bad afterwards. But then I'm like, yo, did you get a selfie?
That was a sweet selfie.
And then I hung up and I proceeded to go fishing. Like, what kind of a monster am I? I could have asked him what emergency room's at. Went and sat with him or supported him in his time, and I was like, oh man. I asked him to take a selfie.
I could see it now. Like you hang up, like, well, that sucks, and you just cast your pole immediately.
Right. It was pretty much like that. I mean, I was still buzzed from Friday night, and that's probably why I laughed, because I
cast your pole and catch a random dude in the face as you get off the phone. Like, oh, shit, sorry about that.
And I was out there and I was kind of fighting the wind, so I was like, I can kind of see how it could happen right now. But
Greg, did you go kayaking a couple weeks ago?
Did I? Yeah. And the current was so strong that I had to call my dad, and guess what? My dad doesn't know how to use GPS. So it was a whole thing.
That's
car-built GPS or on his phone?
Both.
It's the Greg point system.
But,
that's supposed to point in the direction of any Greg.
Yes, exactly. I shot the flare. All right, I shot it. It's 3 Gs, maybe 4.
In Elder Greg's defense, I feel like I heard you trying to use the GPS too, and you couldn't figure it out either.
Well, this was weird. But when I was like, you don't know how to use GPS. He's like, you would have lost.
See, this is why I don't paddleboard, because if I ever had to call my dad to rescue me,
well, I should.
It would just be silence on the other end.
I should have called my buddy Ryan Burns. I'll come rescue you, Ryan. I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, this current. See, pretty strong current.
I'll just die because I won't call anybody for help.
I almost died, right? This was after we played the GOAT in Manchester to a 700-plus crowd people, the Fall Gig Challenge. We fucking crushed that gig. I got home at 2:22. I made a wish. I said, hey, I'm going to go paddleboard in the morning and not have my dad pick me up. And the wish didn't come.
And he ran out of gas on the way home.
I totally ran out of gas on the way home. And I ran into people. I said, hey, is this circular around? They're like, no, you got to paddle back.
Is this a circular river?
And then I was like, huh, okay. I'm like, all right. So I let myself drift some more, and I tried again. And then finally, I was like, all right, I can't fucking do this. I got to call for help. But it wasn't like a situation where I'm like, I'm going to fucking die out here. Like, I was in society. I saw everybody.
So everybody's laughing at you then.
Probably. Well, they didn't know my dad was picking me up. I was like, yeah, I parked here.
Oh,
I launched here, and like, you know, he's picking me up here. That was the plan the whole time.
but nobody got to watch you try and paddle up river and get nowhere?
The lady with the dog watched me struggle a little bit.
You should have had the people gather around. You should have made one of those little pine needle compasses.
It doesn't work on the river he's in.
What is he in fucking the island of Lost?
Yeah, he may have been. I don't know. He had to call his dad to find him.
Yeah, and we didn't know where the Wiggly Bridge was. We ended up at the Wiggly Bridge.
Wiggly Bridge makes vodka and whiskey.
Yeah, well, they make
Wiggly
Father's
Bridge
Day
Brewery
connection.
Distillery.
Not the bridge itself. It's people who make the...
It's the trolls that live underneath.
They're just waiting for pudgy little kayakers
You
to
can
get
only
lost
reach
in the
it.
river.
By a kayak or a paddleboard.
Whew, thankfully, my dad picked me up. I got saved from them trolls.
Big props to Greg Hoey for saving our co-host. Always been a hero to me, Greg.
Greco
One.
Senior. Remember when we were practicing and they were like, my mom's like, they say words like shit and fuck up there. And my dad's like, oh, they say way worse things than that.
Your parents are saints, man. They put up with a lot of shit from us.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember you had that one verse that was just like, we played at that church. Well, it was like a dance studio.
Don't get me canceled right now.
The dance studio that was converted like a Christian place, and it was where Safe and Sound used to be. And you had your fucking smell my hand because your mom got fisted, like big cross behind us on the stage.
That's how we do.
Class all day.
Also, I won the battle of smoking in the house. Even though I'm still
Like recently, like now when you're back in your parents' house?
Yeah, even though I'm kind of whispering about it. I don't want to rub it in. But
If they can hear you rapping, they can hear you podcasting.
I gotta speak in code. Ooks fe ooye, unye. But yeah, like I was just like, well, you know, it's like if I do it outside, it's, you know, just papers and just joints, just bad for the lungs. You know, I need to do the water filtration, just good for the lungs.
Wow, they believed your bullshit?
Well, it's true. That's a fact. Those are facts.
Please.
And I was gonna buy a shed,
That's
smoking
not
shed.
true. I think the water bong is probably doing more damage than that slim paper.
No way. You're filtering out all the tar.
I don't care. You're taking like
You're filtering out the tar in one scenario, and you're adding more tar in another scenario. Boom.
why is there tar in my weed?
Paper, like when paper is fucking wicked.
You have
Produces a
natural
lot of resin.
papers.
I know they still produce crazy amounts of resin though. Like if you notice, like at the end of a fucking joint, like it's like super resinous.
Oh, if you notice the slide on your bong, after
Exactly.
one smokes, that's still going in your lung.
It is, but it filters a lot of it out. The more you know.
Cool. I think
Look it up.
we need to ask Mr. Wizard.
It's science. We need to ask Bill Guy, the weed guy.
Bill Nye. Jesus Christ.
I said Bill Guy, the weed guy.
I miss fucking Mr. Wizard. Like, he was the most fucking crotchety old man, and he got a job working with kids. Don't touch that.
You stupid piece of shit.
I actually meant Bill Nye. I was creating them as one.
I met Al Caprillion. He came to our school.
Good
That's
evening.
great. Was he the local weather guy?
Al
Right?
Caprilion's the man.
Good evening.
High pressure!
I guess that's only funny if you lived in New England.
Well, guess what? People, ladies and gentlemen listening, fucking look up Al Caprillion. He fucking rules. He's super. He's like who's the fucking workout dude? He's like the Richard Simmons of weather. He's just super into it.
What happened to Richard Simmons? Do we need an episode?
There's a documentary on
I
Hulu
just saw
right
an
now.
article- Yeah, I just saw an article on it, actually, yeah. Let's talk about Richard Simmons. My mom had the tapes. I sweat into the oldies a little bit.
Oh my god! I mean, we should definitely get a photo shoot where we're all dressed like Richard Simmons,
I agree.
or we should just go out to places and We need a photographer to follow us when we're sweating to the oldies or whatever. We'll have a boom box and everything.
What up, everybody? Welcome to You Gotta Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most, all the ones and twos, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, the Razor himself, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, how's it going?
It's going well. What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Whoop.
Also with me tonight, the one-wheel underlord, sweatpants notorious, the at-home killer, Greg Hoey. Greg, what's snapping?
Taking 2 showers a day?
Yeah, I'm 8 years old when I found out that I'm not normal. I thought that everybody in the world took 2 showers a day. Apparently, I'm really clean. Like, my dad's like, well, you're not going to be taking 2 showers. That shit's not going to fly here. Listen.
Guys. Someone you podcast with doesn't have time to take showers daily, okay? God damn it. My day starts at like 6 and I get home at like 10:30. That's it. That my window's closed. What do you want from me?
All right. I don't want to hear anymore. Just tell me you wash your hands a lot during the day.
Of course I wash. I have to. I don't even have dreadlocks anymore.
I can take 3 showers faster than
Jesus
any of you
Christ.
guys can take 1.
Bullshit,
It's not true,
motherfucker.
Greg.
I have 7-minute showers.
You took 7-minute showers?
I take 7-minute
Yeah,
showers.
dude, I just took a 1:47 shower the other day.
What's the
Boom.
point? What's the point?
I'm fucking fast, dog. I'm
What do you
fucking
mean,
so everywhere.
No,
Boom, everywhere.
you're not the
Boom.
Flash.
I
You're
am
not the Flash. You're not physically possible.
You know what?
You're,
I'm the
wasting,
Splash.
you're wasting everybody's time here.
I'm the Splash.
You're the deep lies.
I have not taken a 7-minute shower forever.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you crying in there for a couple minutes?
You know, I have luxurious hair. I'm sorry you guys are follically
It's
challenged.
true.
I'm not follically challenged.
Yes,
I
you
am.
are.
That
I have
takes up
gray
like 2
hair.
minutes.
Once you didn't have hair, you had like twigs or like branches, so you didn't bother even doing anything with it. So now you have nothing. So you're just like, whip, one little swipe, and I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. So that shaves off like 2 minutes for me right there. That's why I'm able to get those quick showers.
Right.
Look,
You know, I gotta exfoliate my scalp and, you know, rub it a little bit, rub one off.
Nice in the shower.
you don't have to,
It goes right down the
Seamus,
drain
you don't have to masturbate in the shower. You live alone.
with nobody
I don't.
else.
Yes,
That's something.
that's the great thing. I can masturbate in every room.
I'm doing it right now.
Truth? No. Not right now. I'm professional on this podcast, obviously.
Woo! Video
Uh,
or it never happened.
Speaking of it never happened, Seamus, what's tonight's episode about?
Have you ever wondered what it was like to live with a group of people where sex and soap were forbidden? Do you worship extraterrestrial beings as if they were gods? Worked in an underground sex ring? Ever wanted to try the technique called flirty fishing? Or wondered what that special Kool-Aid tastes like? Well, if you have, you were, or maybe are, part of a cult. Tonight, we'll be talking about bizarre beliefs and behaviors of cult life.
Actually,
Nice.
it's Flavor Aid.
That was beautiful, Seamus. Absolutely beautiful.
I feel like I want to join your cult.
Oh, perfect, because I won't turn you into a sex slave, I promise.
It's pizza and tacos all day long,
But
baby.
if you do go that route, you're going to be closer to God.
Who's that?
God is dead!
Mm-hmm.
And no one cares!
That one's by Nin. Short for 9 Inch
Song.
Nails.
Well, Greg, since you're such a wealth of information, why don't you kick it off tonight?
All right, let's talk about the Chen Tao, otherwise known as the True Way cult. Chen Tao was formed by a former professor who was clearly insane. His beliefs included that the universe is 4.5 trillion years old. Our solar system was created by a nuclear war. We each have 3 souls, and that humanity has been rescued on 5 different occasions by God descending in a flying saucer.
Do they believe that cats have 9 souls?
Cats actually have 27.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's math, folks.
Yep, that's 3 times 9. So 2 times 9 is 18, and then if you add one more 9, that's 27. There's 160 members.
Explain to me the math.
So 9 plus 9 is 18.
No. Where are you getting the multiples of 9?
Oh, cats have 9 lives.
In relation to R3?
Yeah.
All right, let's just move on.
Yeah. I was just making things up. Anyway, there's 160 members in the group, and they disbanded after a failed prophecy in 1998 when founder Hong Min Chen predicted God would appear on a single TV channel in North America. Fox! Whether or not you had cable or not, at 12:01 a.m. on March 31st.
What year?
2000. No, it was 1998.
Good year.
It was a great year. This was the year before we graduated high school. Remember when we were cool in high school? I sure do. I talk about it every day.
We were in a little band called Solace Salute.
Ooh.
Basically a cult of our own.
Yeah.
And the only initiation was to throw up down Jimmy Dozette's stairs.
And they also didn't have sex or soap.
I was taking probably 3 showers a day back then.
Yeah, what would you do in a 7-minute shower without soap? I guess just get wet.
Sing?
Could sing. You got a voice of an angel, Seamus.
Hey, I'm reading here. I wish I could just read my news on the go, like a normal person. What if I told you could? Newsly's an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural, human voice. For the first time ever, the web becomes available all in one place. You can follow any topic, as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. It will find you the latest articles and read them aloud to you. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from 80 countries. You can hear us there, and the Sinister Story is there too. I even started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. So download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description, and use the promo code CRUST for a 1-month free premium subscription. So start playing, stop scrolling, and start listening. Are you on the lookout for a cult that has a more, let's say, unique belief system? Then Nuwaubianism might be for you. Upon joining, you can soon expect to learn that Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis apparently gave birth to Satan's child in Dakota House on 72nd Street, New York City. The birth was witnessed by the Pope, but of course, and the child was then handed over to Richard Nixon to raise. If that sounds plausible, how about Nuwaubian belief that aborted fetuses can somehow end up in the sewer where they grow up plotting to take over the world? And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
I wonder how many of them are in the sewers now plotting.
As full-grown, yeah. I know, like Ninja Turtles. This cult was formed in the 1970s by Dwight York. He turned away from his Muslim background and created a loose, Afrocentric, ancient Egyptian theme, backed up by an eclectic mix of ideas that draw from black nationalism, cryptozoology, UFOs, and popular conspiracy theories.
Wait, is this the guy who left and then formed York Peppermint Patties after?
Yeah, well, this was his first attempt at fame, and
then he rehashed it with York Peppermint Patties,
exactly.
And then he came out with the thin ones that are great in the freezer.
The Peppermint Patty Empire.
I am definitely about the thin ones, like there's too much. I don't know what's in them, but there's too much of it. It's just kind of like
mint, dog.
It's kind of like double stuffed Oreos for me. Like I don't really want the double stuffed. I can do it, but just give me the regular Oreo.
I can do it. I'll take the double stuff.
I'm still gonna send it.
Double stuff. I'm getting it.
York peppermint patties are like when my kids go trick or treating. Like that's kind of the last thing I'll steal from them.
Perfect. Yeah, me too. I'm obviously going for the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Snickers. I'm
Yeah.
taking you.
Would you rather
Sour
have
Patch Kids.
York peppermint patty or Junior Mints?
They're the same, man.
No, they're not.
I guess
Yes, they are. They're a different shape. It's
Yeah.
a different shape
What?
with the same material.
That's like a zebra cake compared to a Christmas tree cake.
To be honest, I'd rather have the little bites. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Cooler and easier to eat.
That's like the Christmas tree cake compared to the zebra cake. The Christmas tree cake is far superior because the edges and the cream, the way it's just built, it's crunchier, it's crispier on the edges.
I don't know, man. I have no clue what you're even talking about.
Christmas tree cake is better than the zebra cake. They're the same thing, but it's a different
When you
shape.
say Christmas tree cake, are we talking about the shape?
Yes, it's a
Or
shape
is it
of a
some
Christmas
flavor?
tree.
All right, but I've never seen a zebra cake. So
You've never
come
seen
on,
a zebra cake, dude?
Come on, man.
Yes, the fuck you haven't. You've never seen a zebra cake.
Who the fuck makes zebra cakes?
Little Debbie.
Little Deb.
Oh, all right. But yeah, I know those, but they're not shaped like a zebra, man.
But they look like him with the stripes.
They suck.
Well, I asked you if the Christmas cake was shaped like a Christmas
It
tree.
is.
It is.
Totally.
So why can't they make the zebra cake shaped like a zebra?
They
It's a hard
should.
shape to make.
Because the denominations of the cream and the edges and all that stuff, I'm not a math magician, but it just makes it better. Trust
I
me.
feel like nobody would eat the legs.
Oh, totally. That's what I eat first. Because then when you eat the legs, it can't get away. And you can eat the
I feel
rest.
like future serial killers will eat legs first.
That's right.
In 1993, York left Brooklyn for Georgia to build an ancient Egypt-themed compound called Tama Ray. By 2000, the cult drew as many as 5,000 visitors to the compound to attend Savior's Day, which was coincidentally also York's birthday. However, membership severely declined after York was sentenced to 135 years in prison for child molestation. Tama Ray was sold into government forfeiture and demolished in 2005.
Ooh.
You never want that on your application for your cult.
Pronounce that cult again.
Hold on.
Brought to listen.
Nuwabianism. Nuwabianism.
Nubianism.
Nuwabianism.
Nubianism. You newbie.
Nuwabianism.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about an easier one to pronounce. Universal medicine.
Sounds like-
Esoteric breast massages.
Ooh, I had that one.
The cult was founded by Sergey Ben-Hayon, a former
Ben Heyo.
Ben-Hayon a former bankrupt tennis coach from New South Wales, Australia. Ben-Hayon has no medical qualifications and claims that while he was on the toilet, he received an energetic impress and started the cult as a result. From there to esoteric heals everything was just a step, apparently. The esoteric breast massage, EBMs, programs are claimed to heal everything from painful periods to breast cancer. So, madam, inoperable brain tumor, you say? We can start treatments immediately. Only 4 to 6 breast massage sessions. Voila! Cured for the small price of $149.99 per session.
Let me massage your nipples.
I don't know, man. Seems legit. I'm sorry I didn't think of it first. This is from the UM literature. The breasts are emanators of a quality of divine truth that begins at the heart. The heart, in connection to the pubic bone chakra, which is aligned to the ovaries, brings the emanation of nurturing out for all to have. I don't know what that means, but let me touch your breast. I mean, I don't know. They're basically just a bunch of perverts that deceive stupid people.
What, cults in general?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, a New South Wales Supreme Court jury found that he, Sergey Ben-Hayon, leads a socially dangerous and socially harmful cult, intentionally indecently touching clients, and he is a charlatan who makes fraudulent medical claims. In a British court ruling, universal medicine was found to be a cult with some potentially harmful and sinister elements. So, I don't know. I just think they were, what was it, mammographies?
Mammograms.
They were just looking to help all the ladies.
Ma'am,
I
I'm
believe-
going to need to feel your mams.
I believe they're called Mammoragorians.
I'm gonna need to perform about 12 mammographies.
All right, Greg, that brings us back to you, big dog.
Well, real quick, let me just say, this morning I totally forgot to tell a random story in the middle of this, that I got some munchkins this morning. I asked for one munchkin. How many munchkins do you think this guy got?
4, your dog?
Yeah, how many do you think?
4.
Ryan?
11.
I got 6. They gave me a 6-pack of munchkins today. And you know what I did with those? I gave her
Above the
2,
window.
and I brought them to Matt and gave him the rest.
Aw.
Oh, see, that seems like a good solution. It shouldn't have appeared.
Winning! I want to talk about the Freedomites, and that better be on the podcast, okay? I want people to know what happened with the munchkins.
You want people to know that you
Yes.
passed
Yep.
the buck along.
Yep. I didn't freak out about the munchkins.
So did Matt give them to his dogs, or did he eat them?
I think he was pissed off and he threw them out. He's like, fuck that, I don't want these munchkins. These people keep on giving me these extra munchkins.
I wanted 6 munchkins. Why you give me 4?
I should have said, I wanted 1 munchkin. You give me fucking 6, sir. Anyway, we're not going to rehash that. Anyway, let's talk about the Freedomites. Great name. They were originally formed in Saskatchewan in 1902 after a fracturing of different religious groups who had fled Russia to escape persecution. The Freedomites insist on 3 different things: communal living, nudity, and anarchy. They became most
Oi.
famous. Oi, oi, look at my dick! They became most famous for their all-nude public demonstrations to show opposition to the material tendencies of society, and in the 20s and the 30s even bombed a whole slew of public
Wait,
buildings.
Slow up. So, what were they proving by going in public nude?
That, tits are cool.
That- And you can
Right.
hide a bomb anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, even the youngest 10-year-old knows the tits are cool. He may not even have seen them. I mean, yes, nowadays 10-year-old with the interweb has seen tits, but
Boobs.
any little 10-year-old boy, even from 1840, knew the tits were cool. He had never seen cleavage.
Yeah,
He
well,
knew
that,
tits were cool.
well, that guy was sitting there. He's like, son, you see that right there? Those are tits. Those are
I don't
cool.
think-
and you
I
see
don't
that
think
right
they
there?
were-
That's a dick. That's pretty cool, too.
I think they were called bosoms in the 1840s.
Bosoms.
Whatever you want to
Ma'am.
call it.
Excuse me, ma'am. May I see your bosom?
Oh, how dare you?
Did children in the 19th century ask to see their mother's limbs?
Any bosoms.
Oi, mommy, let me see your mom. I can't even do it.
Some nice memories there, isn't it?
Let me see your buggers.
Would you like an EGM? Esoteric breast massage. I'll help you. It'll cure all your ailments.
Yeah, the Freedomites were the prequels to your fucking mammogrammers. They started out nude, and some guy's like, I think I could probably cure cancer by grabbing tits.
Breast.
I mean,
Boobs. Sorry.
I feel like Naked and Afraid, that never works out well for them, so I don't know how did this cult die off quickly?
Doesn't say.
Nudity will never die, Seamus.
I hope not.
I think
Not if you elect me.
they just started following the Grateful Dead.
They broke up.
What,
Actually,
into the grave?
I think John Mayer joined them.
Yeah.
Brother, meow, daughters, meow, meow.
What's that?
My body's a
Is it that?
wonderland.
Body
thank
is
you.
Wonderland. That's how it goes, dude. Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. John Mayer's cool. We're cool with him.
Flying spaghetti monster.
That's what I call.
The deity of what began as a parody religion and grew to become a social movement. The adherents, who call themselves Pastafarians, purportedly number in the tens of thousands and are primarily located in North America, Western Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The flying spaghetti monster, which is said to be invisible, is depicted as a floating mass of spaghetti noodles with large meatballs on either side of its body and 2 centrally located eye stalks. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster began in 2005. When Bobby Henderson, a recent physics graduate of Oregon State University, sent a letter to the Kansas Board of Education, which was debating the inclusion of intelligent design theories in high school classes on evolution. The letter, which parodied the reasoning used to argue a scientific basis for intelligent design, stated that teaching about intelligent design must also include the alternative theory that the universe was created by a flying spaghetti monster.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's clearly plausible. I
Yeah.
mean, why isn't everybody on board with this?
I wish I could tell you, Seamus.
So, the God and the master of our universe said, like, let me make this one of their favorite dishes. Like, they're eating me.
All the
He's
time.
eating me.
Like, I'm getting eaten every day. Eat that bowl out.
You know what that's like? Henderson received no response, and he posted his letter on the internet, where it attracted a great deal of popular attention. Articles on the viral sensation were published in numerous newspapers, and fan sites began to appear. The tenets of the religion, as laid out initially in Henderson's letter and expanded upon in his Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, post that the world is created to appear older than it is. Whenever a scientist performs a measurement, such as carbon dating to show the age of an artifact, the flying spaghetti monster changes the results with his noodly appendage. Similarly, gravity is said to result from the flying spaghetti monster pushing down on people. Pirates are held to be the first Pastafarians, and global warming is explained as being the result of the decline in the number of pirates since the 1800s.
All right, tell me this. How were pirates making pasta on a ship?
How are they not?
I don't know, but I bet it was hard work.
I mean-
Oh.
No, that's good. But I feel like I know nothing about pasta making, but I feel like it would be difficult.
I think
I
it's
know.
difficult. It's
So-
difficult on land, okay, let alone in the roving sea.
Well, I don't think that they're making the kind of pasta that they're making in, like, I don't know, Hell's Kitchen compared to, like, in the fucking sea in, like, the fucking olden days.
I think their version of pasta was just throwing ropes.
Yeah. Oh.
I think it was probably a Kraken.
It's probably just gross noodles and water.
So-
Like, arr, pasta!
Pastafarians are encouraged to dress in pirate regalia. Friday is celebrated as a Sabbath, and holiday is observed in late December.
So wait, do they dress up and go to like Olive Garden or something?
Yeah,
I don't think it's dressing
Alright.
up for them. It's just their normal attire.
Yeah.
All right, true.
The code of conduct is laid out in the 8, I'd rather you didn't.
Hmm.
Belief is not required of church members, and dogma is rejected.
Belief is not required.
Belief
just
is
have
not
to-
required.
You just have to like perform the rites.
Exactly.
It sounds like the Salem witch trials, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You pretty much just had to like act like you were on board with everything.
I had a dream about Seamus, and I'm pretty sure he's a witch!
But wait, I had a dream you're a witch. Wait, the judge presiding over this case is a witch.
Well, my dog had a dream, and you're both witches.
Pastafarians have challenged laws that give particular privileges to religious ideas, practices, or bodies of worship in several countries and jurisdictions, frequently by seeking recognition as a religion, with varying degrees of success. In 2011, a Pastafarian was allowed to wear a colander on his head in his driver license photo in Austria.
A what on his head?
A colander, like a spaghetti strainer.
No.
Cool. I want to bring one to like a DMV when I get my picture taken back. Actually, I'm a Pastafarian, so it's allowed.
He was allowed to wear it because it's considered religious headgear, and if they'd said no, that would have, squandered his religious rights. Yeah, dog.
So I'm a Pastafarian. I eat Chef Boyardee every night.
So the Church of Flying Spaghetti Monster was accepted as a religion in the Netherlands in 2016. In that same year, the first legally recognized Pastafarian marriages was celebrated in New Zealand.
They have been Pastafarian kids.
They're still, they procreated, of course.
The true ones.
They're just making raviolis.
The chosen ones.
Well, I'm going to talk about the family, known as one of Australia's most notorious cults. The family began with Anne Hamilton Byrne, a yoga teacher who believed herself to be a reincarnation of Jesus Christ. She teamed up with a parapsychologist Raynor Johnson in the mid-1960s to form what was initially known as the Great White Brotherhood. Over the course of several years, Hamilton Byrne adopted 28 children by receiving the kids as gifts from members, as well as by falsifying papers to convince others to give their children up for adoption, all in the hopes of creating a master race that would survive the apocalypse she believed to be imminent. Adults in the group were known as either aunties or uncles. Hamilton Byrne claimed to be the biological mother of all 28 children. She also told the kids she was Jesus Christ, and when they didn't live up to her standards, they were beaten, starved, or dosed with LCD.
LCD.
LSD.
I'm seeing it 1080p.
Oh, not gonna eat the meatloaf? Well, eat this, you little twit. And she splashes LSD in the face of a child.
Jesus. Is she adopting?
She's dead.
Oh.
The cult went undetected for years. The children were forced to hide whenever visitors arrived. Finally, in 1987, the group's headquarters was raided and the children were rescued. Hamilton Byrne was only ever charged with falsifying birth certificates, and in 2019, she died from dementia at 98 years old, having never faced the horrific consequences of her actions.
It's a good run.
Yeah.
It was all about those kids doing the ninja vanish.
She basically got away with abusing 28 children and I don't know how many aunties and uncles.
There's still people in prison for weed, and she got away with falsifying birth certificates, which seems like kind of a big deal.
Goes to show you how fucked up our society is.
Fuck society,
well, this
bro.
is Australia. I mean, I guess it's our world. This is Australia.
Oi! It's a wallaby eat wallaby world out there, yo.
Ooh, I feel you.
Oh. Kangaroo's got to put on the mitts.
Church of Euthanasia's happy-go-lucky slogans include save the planet, kill yourself, and eat a queer fetus for Jesus. Political, rather than being based on religion, the organization's core philosophy is that the planet is overpopulated. The number one golden rule of the Church of Euthanasia is thou shalt not procreate. I would have been real popular in that church.
Yeah, you're a witch in that church.
The church openly encourages suicide, abortion, sodomy, and even cannibalism. But you can only practice that if you don't actually kill the person you're about to eat. If someone's already dead, go for it.
So it sounds like a miserable place to be.
Oh, yeah.
We attract all the worst negative people.
The Church of Euthanasia uses sermons, music, dark humor, and publicity stunts to draw attention to Earth's unsustainable population. One such stunt occurred on the church's website, which listed instructions on how to kill yourself by asphyxiation using helium. These instructions were removed when legal action was threatened after a 50-year-old woman used them to commit suicide.
It sounds like an alright way to go out, right?
And you have a really funny voice until you die.
Yeah, but you laugh. It's like, I don't know if it's like being tickled to death, or if you're actually happy and you just die.
The website is also known for hosting a music video containing a footage of the 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers with hardcore pornography mixed in. The video was titled, I Like to Watch.
That sounds so metal.
I like to move it.
I like to watch.
All right, Razor?
The True Russian Orthodox Church, also known as Heavenly Jerusalem, was a group of about 30 members. They holed themselves up in a Russian cave near the village of Nikolskoye, where Kuznetsov, their leader, had told them to wait until the world ended in 2008. He didn't go in the cave with them. No, I will not be going with you. It is my duty to find others and stick them in other caves, but really, this is the best cave, the cave above all caves. You'll see it's very accommodating. Now go. They believed things like credit cards and barcodes were satanic and threatened to kill themselves if any authorities tried to remove them from the cave. After 2 members died in the cave, one from cancer, the other from starvation. Sounds like a good place to be. I mean, this is the cave of the wall caves.
We're rethinking this cave thing.
Some members eventually decided to leave because they were worried about toxic fumes from the corpses. Others left when the cave's roof started to collapse in 2008. In May of that year, the cave was eventually blown up after authorities removed the bodies of the dead. So, I mean, I guess they couldn't even like bring the bodies out. They had to just stay in the cave. I don't know what they were living on, but
I say just let the bodies hit the floor.
Well, once you're in the cave, you don't want to leave the comfort of the cave.
well, I'm pretty sure Kuznetsov commanded them not to leave the cave.
Yeah, well.
But if they were just going to leave the cave anyways, maybe they should have just taken the bodies out and buried them and then went back to the cave.
Basically, when it comes down to it, Seamus, if anyone says anything to me in a Russian accent, I'm going to believe it. And I'm going to be a little frightened.
You
by
mean
it.
like as believable as my Russian accent?
All right, guys, this group is called Eastern Lightning. According to Eastern Lightning, or the Church of Almighty God, as it's also known, Jesus is back on Earth. This time, however, he's reincarnated in the form of a woman named Yang Jiabing. Xianbin. That sounds better. Xianbin.
Yonbin.
And she's here to guide mankind for the third and final time. Big believers in Doomsday, this cult boasts a large membership of over 1 million in China.
Jesus.
Right? That's a lot of people. Branded by the Chinese government as terrorists, Eastern Lightning has been linked to crimes against other Christian groups, which include kidnapping, torture, and murder. It's claimed the group is responsible for the riots in Henan, where members reportedly broke the arms and legs of victims and cut their ears off for good measure.
So, if they're afraid to like act on 1 million members, like how come more like they suppress all their people? Why wouldn't more of their people get together and be like, well, we're 3 million, we're just from one city?
Imagine all the people, Seamus. Imagine all the people.
You blew it.
Ho, 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 ho. You might say that I'm a cultist. I'll break your arms and legs.
But I'm just flirty fishing.
What is flirty fishing, Seamus?
I was going to ask if one of you guys were going to talk about the children of God.
The children of God.
I
So-
am not.
Flirty fishing was a form of religious prostitution practiced by the children of God, whom I believe pretty much sexually abused children too.
Yeah, they were
as
fucked,
well as their
they were
women.
wicked fucked up.
Was that who was the leader of that?
That's the kid Ricky there.
Yeah, who killed his
Yeah.
nanny or something?
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah, the kid was fucking abused.
Should never kill your nanny.
He said
Yeah, but
something.
he didn't. He wanted to kill his mom, I think.
Yeah, yeah, they're still active actually.
Yeah, he he wanted to get his mom, but for some reason I don't remember.
Yeah, because she's like it was her and the husband were the leader of the cult. I think the husband died, and it got even worse. And like he like rebelled and like left the cult and got a bunch of people out of the cult. And she, he wanted to kill her, and then I think he killed the nanny and stuff, and then he killed himself. But like, yeah, there's like a video of him talking like on YouTube, and it's pretty.
He likes
intense.
heavy metal.
Yeah, Ricky was cool.
The only acceptable nanny to kill is Fran Drescher. Ow! You're murdering me! Ow! Ow!
Your nanny accent is on point.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's all I have for cults. You guys got anything else?
I want to talk about the movement for the restoration of the 10 Commandments of God, please.
I've heard of this one.
This sect formed in the Kanungu district of Uganda in the 1980s and taught its members that they had to follow the 10 Commandments in order to survive the apocalypse, which the leaders believed was coming in January 1st, 2000.
The leader of the cult.
When January 1st rolled by and passed without incident, members began to question why their leaders had failed to get their apocalypse date right. And then leaders then projected that the real end would come on March 17th. So, we may have gotten the math wrong, but seriously, the world's going to end for real this time. It did indeed come to an end on March 17th, 2000. The leaders set fire to the movement church, killing as many as 530 people inside. They had boarded up the windows and doors to bar escape. Authorities later discovered the bodies of more victims at the group's other properties in Uganda and concluded that the leaders had orchestrated the killing in response to the turmoil caused by their repeated failure to predict the apocalypse. After the fire, police found hundreds of other bodies in compounds across Uganda. Many victims have been poisoned. In all, 924 of their followers were dead.
Yeah, well, on August 29th, it's going to feel pretty fucking real to you, too.
Oh, are you predicting a new end of the world?
I want
No, that's when Sarah Connor predicted the end of the world.
I got one more I want to talk about. The CNC Jesus Factory. It's actually the Croc.
Everybody's dying now.
It's the Croc and Calf cult.
Oh, please, just end this.
They follow.
Greg?
End yourself.
Greg.
You have to have 2 G's in your name. You have to wear Crocs, and you have to have the gibbets. You have to have at least a couple gibbets on each Croc, and your calves have to be at least 6 inches wide.
Fuck is a gibbet? A gibbet is like when I shoot you with a shotgun, your gibbets go flying.
That's what
Those are giblets.
Yeah.
All right.
I probably said it wrong too, but they're the little Croc things that you can put in your Crocs.
You know, like when you decorate a Christmas tree, but your feet.
Wait, hold on. Stop.
It's Croc fashion.
What are the little Croc things that you put in your Crocs?
The gibbets.
No. You gotta tell me more because this doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, if you want to find out more, just join the CNC
Yeah,
Brady
dude.
Factory.
Yeah, wait. Did you measure your calves yet? How big are your calves?
I don't wear Crocs now.
Well, no, it's all right. We give you Crocs.
Hold on. I'm good with gibbets.
It's turning into a train wreck.
I knew we were going to talk about this cult. This cult's a great cult. It currently has
A
one
gibbet
member.
is a gallows. Hang a body up on a gibbet.
What the hell are the Croc things?
Gibbet.
You don't know?
No, I want to know what you
Croc,
add to
they're
Crocs.
Croc gibbets. There's a Z.
Crocs
It's a
are
Z.
one piece, except for
It's a Z.
the Croc links, the cuff links
Look.
that added to their Croc.
Yeah, this is the ones we were talking about. Here they are. I'm sending you a picture.
Is that what the gibbet is? The cuff link?
Look, they got like Pennywise ones and like cool, like Chucky, and
Okay, you could have explained that. Like,
I did explain it. They go in the holes of your Croc, right? And like when you get a house and you put a pool in there or a garage and the value of your house goes up, when you add those gibbets with a Z to your Crocs, the value of your Crocs go up.
I mean, I agree. You should definitely add flair to your Crocs if you're disdainful enough to wear them.
Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for our discussion on cults and their weird beliefs and so forth.
Brought to you by
Now
Crocs.
stay tuned for some other shit.
Hey folks, we're the Drunks versus the world.
The naysayers say that our feeling vibe is not conducive to a business partnership.
Cunts and runts.
And so I ask, what the fuck is? Have I seen you before?
Maybe in a previous life.
Did you steal my Jello?
No.
We left it at the old folks' home.
At the old folks home during that gangbang?
During the gangbang.
Oh yeah, the gangbang. Yeah.
Never be the pivot man at a fucking old folks home gangbang.
We played pool. We lost, I think, and then she stole some person's coat from the bar.
Oh, wow.
And then I decided to go with her to Walmart of all places, and she starts fucking taking clothes and stealing them and putting them in her purse and ripping off the fucking tags.
Is that
Like,
where your life went wrong? You started hanging with
I
a
think
bad
maybe
element?
Probably before that.
No. I suppose she'd still bitch at her boyfriend. The robot gets all the fun parts of the relationship.
Oh, but fuck that, dude. Go to our website, drunksversustheworld.com. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Amazon, iTunes, and Good Pods, and wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Dude, that was kind of sick. We should actually start the
That
fucking
was pretty
podcast.
awesome. Fuck yeah, let's do that.
That was fucking totally unprompted. We just winged that shit.
Right?
We got to do it.
Absolutely.
We got to do it. Let's start this shit. And say hi to your moms for me.
Would you
All right, we're back. And Greg, I believe you have some Would You Rathers for us today.
Totally, we've never played that before. Hi, I'm your host for Would You Rather. You can eat that crust. Would you rather get monkeypox or get attacked by a monkey, a.k.a. Gordy?
Who would you like to answer first, Greg?
You act like we've never played this game before.
Seamus.
First of all, I don't even really understand what monkeypox are. I just stopped. I tuned that all out. I'm done with it. Even though I just had COVID like a month ago.
Bro, you don't want monkeypox.
Wouldn't it be the monkeypox strain if it's the newest strain? I guess not necessarily.
It's not fucking COVID, Seamus. It's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not related to COVID?
No.
Oh,
we're not making up diseases. Monkeypox is a real thing.
Actually, is it an STD?
No. Well,
is there a cure for it?
There's a vaccine that, but it takes I guess it takes weeks to go away.
Yeah, and
it's super fucking painful, I guess.
And it's hideous. You get like these sores on your face and wherever. It's fucking gross. But monkeys are pretty crazy too. They can rip your face off.
Yeah, I'm just going to step in and answer real quick. I'd rather get monkeypox and get my face ripped off by a monkey. Because I've seen that lady who had the pet monkey got her face ripped off.
Poor lady. Have you
she's had all these surgeries and she had her face transplanted from a dead person's face and just kind of sloughed off, and that didn't work out for her.
When was the first case of monkeypox, and do we have documents? Do we know what him or her face looks like now? Did it heal?
Yeah, it heals.
Do they have crater face afterwards? Still, crater face is better than no face, right?
Yeah, or a fucking what's his name from fucking Hannibal, fucking
Mason Verger.
Yeah.
But let's talk about now, Seamus. You want to talk about people with scars like that? Where would the world be today without one Sir Edward James Olmos?
We wouldn't have Battlestar Galactica. We wouldn't have seen him cry.
Thank you for that, Greg, because I would have never gotten what he was saying.
Okay, well,
he's a good actor.
Greg Starbuck and you're Adonis, and
I'm fucking Apollo, dog.
Shut up, Starbuck.
I'm Apollo.
And I'm Edward James Olmos.
I'll totally be Starbucks. She's the shit. So
Seamus, I said I'd rather get monkeypox and be Edward James Olmos. Seamus, where does that leave you, my friend?
Well, I've always wanted to get rid of my face, clearly.
I always knew that about you.
Yeah. I hate being ruggedly handsome. Oh, it's a bane.
I would say you're ruggedly handsome. You're like a soft handsome.
You're a Rochester 10.
Not that you're a soft man. But you have angelic features. That's all I'm saying.
I'm talking about my manliness combined with my handsomeness.
Okay, but when I think rugged man, I think the brawny paper towel guy. You're not him.
He could be that.
I'm not him.
If you put on that
I think windswept hair.
All right, listeners. Me versus the brawny paper towel guy. Who's winning in that Thunderdome?
He's going to be the quicker picker-upper. He's going to get you.
I'm going to drop a lot then.
I'm going to turn into liquid and get all over the floor so he has to pick me up.
I'm going to drop it like it's hot. I totally could take that downy, bald motherfucker.
That's what
now Greg, I want to ask as a caveat, if I have the monkey, do I have a chance to fight the monkey and prevent my face from being ripped off?
Totally. I just said get attacked by a monkey. You can fight back.
So if I catch both of his hands and break his wrist, Van Damme style.
They're really fucking strong. They're stronger than you are.
Stronger than the bounty guy.
Have you seen the Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
I did.
That's not CGI at all. That's real monkeys.
No!
Exactly. James Franco. That movie canceled him. All right. This one's between you two. Would you rather fight to the death or race to the death?
That's a stupid question.
Seamus?
Well, I don't want to kill him, so
Well, you have to. You got one of you guys is dying either way.
Oh shit.
Well, let's just say, like, I already smoked cigarettes. I have asthma, and I smoke weed. So a race to the death with me is going to be like 17 minutes max.
Yes,
I'm not willing to risk my life on a race.
Yeah, but what about a guy who smokes cigarettes? He's basically throwing in the towel right now.
I know that I could beat Ryan in a race, but
you are like a gazelle.
It's like that one time where I trip and like I'm running, like I'm in a horror movie, the girl running from Jason or something.
And Ryan morphs into Forrest Gump real quick, and he's like, "I'm running."
So we're just gonna have to fucking fight it out. We're gonna go to the death.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I would only fight to the death.
Cool. And the winner is you both kill each other at the same time.
Fucking
also,
right.
Is there any rules to the fight to the death? Can I just take him by surprise and I just like?
Of course, there's no rules. The
So
only
it's
rule.
like it's a surprise fight to the death.
Yeah, surprise! You're fucking dead.
So we're just brought the rules. Like you have to fight to the death or race to the death. I'm just gonna seize that moment and kill him.
Yeah, there's only one rule. Fuck all rules.
You know who's gonna win the race? Me, because I'm gonna kill him first.
Fucking get in the backyard, open it up, spread those wings, spread them legs. Okay.
Don't hesitate.
Would you rather be able to talk to animals or talk to fish?
Fuck would I talk to a fish about?
I mean, I was about to say the same thing. But you know what? We know a lot less about the ocean's depths than we do about the land, so I gotta want to know what's down there.
Yeah, they got some interesting conversations to be had.
But that being said, I'd rather have a dog that I can talk to and be best friends with.
I have a dog that I talk to and I'm best friends with.
I'm not gonna have best friends in a tank that I basically talk through a glass with.
No, you can be swimming in there, but that's me talking underwater.
Yes, I gathered that.
I
I've always wondered, like, I have an outdoor cat, Miss Molly. She's my angel. And I always wonder, like, where she goes and, like, what does she get up to in the hours that she's gone? Like she comes to the window and, like, pulls on the screen to make, like, a knocking noise, and she'll just keep pulling on it until I let her in. And then she comes in and eats and whatever, and then she might go back to the door and go out some more. Like, what are you doing in all those hours? Like, I know she's killing hella rodents because she drops, like, at least a mouse or two on my porch every week. But I just don't know. Is there another family somewhere out there that she goes like, hey, what's up?
Yep,
you got better cat food.
Yeah, she's totally a trollop.
I'd always wondered. So, yeah, I'm going to talk to animals that live on land. And I'm going to come across them more often.
I mean, exactly.
And you're going to die by getting eaten by a shark when you could have been like, hey, Charlie, stop eating me, dude. What the fuck?
All right. I'd rather get all the knowledge of all the land animals and have all the time I spend on land and talking to them rather than that one time I could have negotiated with a shark.
Well, you paddleboard for like 17 weeks straight.
Yeah, and mostly I'm not out in deep sea. Ever. Actually, not mostly, ever.
Well, if you talk to animals, maybe you would be. If you talk to fish.
If I could talk to animals too, like me having a nickname Beastmaster would make so much more sense.
Also,
because I don't know why people call me that now, but just they do though.
All right. I could also have a night talking with Richard Ramirez. It doesn't mean it's going to go well for me.
True.
The Night Stalker.
Wouldn't it'd be terrible if you guys had a lot in common. I'm like, nah, me too.
I'd probably keep that to myself.
All right, Greg, what's next?
All right. Would you rather go back in time 20 years or have a guaranteed $5 million right meow?
I'm going back. That's tough, though.
I'm going.
You basically change your timeline.
Okay, well,
butterfly effect.
But I could also, I could do everything better.
You might come back with no arms, like Ashton Kutcher in Butterfly.
I go back and I get hit by a bus, and I'm not even here at all.
Yep.
Or you come back as like an even older Ashton Kutcher. You wake up next to Demi Moore, and she's like 90. You're like, what did I do?
I was walking into the bank to like withdraw like $5 million. to buy some, I don't know, it has to be like a
Garbage Pail Kids.
Bust Down UFO, or yes, Garbage Pail Kids, all the first editions.
Ooh.
And I get hit by a bus going into the bank.
That'd be terrible.
And then I never reached the elder age that I am now.
Wait, do you have a will though? Who's that money going to? Is it going to me?
Greg doesn't need the money. I need the money.
I need
Come on
the
now.
money.
I was so young, and I was thinking my life was so ahead of me that I never even wrote a will.
Well, you leave the money to Greg or I on the condition that we fight to the death for it.
No, I choose race. I'm racing.
Fuck that.
I got
Not
bad
an
knees. I got bad knees. You got a chance.
All right,
Chance
but
anyway.
Just kidding.
if, in the event that it's a tie, in my will it states that you fight to the death.
Okay.
That's cool. Anyone that's ever said money doesn't bring you happiness has never been as poor as I am. So give me that money.
Well, you could go back like 20 years and invest
I've done
in,
enough
like-
cool shit. I did all kinds of cool shit in 20 years of my life.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm saying you could go
They
back
turned me
20
into
years, like invest in Apple and be like, oh shit, look at that. I got a
Didn't
million.
Marty McFly go back?
No,
And Biff,
I'm not-
Biff went back and started sports
Greg,
betting.
I would have needed to have money to invest. I've never
get the
had
sport-
money.
Get the sports almanac.
All right.
This conversation's over. What's your next question?
Okay, this is the last one. Would you rather have 9 lives or 9 wishes?
Oh, jeez. 9 wishes. Huh?
Yeah, I
Well,
could just
hey,
wish for
give me
9
9 lives, please.
No, you
And
can't.
then I
That's
have 8
what
more
you-
wishes.
Nope, that doesn't count. You can't do that. You can't wish for more wishes or more lives.
All right, I'm going to wish to live forever and then be immortal.
Okay, but if you live forever and then you die, you don't have another life.
You can't live for if you live forever, then you live forever. You can't die.
No, that's the loophole. The poop hole is the loophole.
I just beat your system.
You did.
And I have
I
8
don't-
lives,
I don't
and I have
like
8
it.
wishes left.
I've been watching Sandman, and then they just had an episode about like death grants this guy eternal life, and like every 100 years, like Sandman comes to visit him, and he's like, so you want to keep living? He's like, yep.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that was in the
100
books.
Yeah, hundreds of years keep going by, and like he had his ups and downs and shit, but by like the 80s, like he's
He was
silent.
friends with him. Like, he would come
Yep.
visit him in a tavern.
Yeah, good shit.
Don't know what it is.
I want the wishes, Greg. By the way, unless they're Wishmaster style wishes, I don't want those.
Make
kind
a
of
wish. I wish my lawyer would go fuck himself.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Ah, holy shit. Oh, man. Make a wish. Those movies are the cheesiest movies ever.
All right, everyone, that wraps up another episode of You Gonna Eat That Crust. We want to thank everybody out there for listening. We love each and every one of you.
Thank you for checking us out on Spotify, Apple Pod Music, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, fucking the Twitter with Ryan. Like, subscribe, go check out our Anchor page. And if you want to donate some money to us, that would be awesome. We're super pumped for next week's episode. Oh, it's a surprise. It's a secret.
Can't wait. Thank you all.
All right. Yeah, thank you, everyone. And remember,
In
crust,
we
we trust. All right. Peace out, motherfucker.
This ends our podcast.
But they say words like shit, fuck up there. And my dad's like, oh, they say way worse things than that.
My body's a wonderland.
I do need to find others and stick them in other caves, but really, this is the best cave.